Because in this case, I'm going to assume that things are not just going to go well. You can knock him down. I would find that rather pleasing. You really don't have the necessary health to tank. Admittedly. You also were not meant to tank. Admittedly. Give me another projection. Well, so far so good. Getting somewhere. Although I'm not saying anywhere good.
How may I help?
Indeed.
Well, I was kind of thinking for a second that we might need to plan this out a bit more.
Yes.
Mostly this has worked surprisingly a high amount more than I was anticipating. I mean, now it's awake, so what exactly? Ah, okay, so this is what we need to do then.
Of course.
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust already. Must you profane holy ground with further violence?
Why? Okay. Okay, little dwarf. Let me start at the beginning. I came here. I had no intention of any harm. You were the ones who decided that, fuck you, I'm gonna attack you now. I have no right to speak like that, you know? As they rise, the glow washes the room in a glory crimson light.
Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sail you weak steel? Tell us, why did you invade our fortress?
You're the voice of a tired old man. Let's start with the lore. Jürgen's battery has been deserted for over 200 years.
No, that cannot be. Abidan wouldn't allow it.
No, he has.
Wake up, Exandru! This is why Abidan gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war. She shames our grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill, this silence. But you You entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined. What happened to us?
Well, stories say that you fought amongst yourselves and destroyed one another.
We fought, yes. But only with words. Ideas. Yet it was enough. Our divisions left us unprepared for what came next.
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought, or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us.
What were they?
Some kind of magfolk. But bigger than any we knew of. We who survived never got close.
They were relentless. Unnaturally so.
Why did they attack you then? Well, they didn't stop to explain themselves. Yet I wondered at what monstrous wilder might survive in a place like this.
We should have taken our steel and pushed east.
What's to say they didn't come from the east? From the lands Maroon so coveted?
It was a punishment for taking this gift of Abidan, the White Forge, and squandering it on our greed and vanity.
Well, that would be a problem, because I was actually just about to squander it on my greed and vanity. Oops.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Here, with the salvation Abidan had left us.
And what was the salvation?
The White Forge.
Ooh.
Our smiths pulled the souls from our bodies and preserved them in the very stones of Durgan's battery.
That seems like a horrible idea.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder.
Yes, that is why I'm asking, why the fuck doing that?
But it saved us.
No, the fortress has been abandoned for over 200 years at this point. How the fuck is that saving, you idiots?
Imprisoned us.
More likely.
It was Abidan's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge.
So what does this have to do with Abidan?
The White Forge belongs to Abidan, of course. It is here that he built his own body.
Interesting.
And whether he found this place or created it, it's a truly remarkable smithy.
We Pogrunin are wanderers by nature. But it was Abidan's call that led our forefathers here after generations spent along the Pearl Coast and Air Glonfath.
So the old stories say. Then again, I can't see any other reason our grandfathers would have stayed here when greener lands lay east.
So how does the White Forge work?
Its fires have been blessed by Abidan. They're fed by Aora's molten heartbeat and veined with Audra that runs to the center of the world.
Interesting, interesting.
Which explains their conductive power. See, these Audra veins allowed us to siphon essence into steel as we shaped it.
And that essence, the extraordinary heat of the forge, and our smith's skill is what made Durgan's steel so remarkable.
I see, I know you're here, in Durgan's battery.
Stuck here, you mean? With all the others who sought to escape the eyeless.
Well, is that the bad thing?
Had we thought longer on the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death to this slow agony.
Good point.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here, watching over the White Forge.
Yeah, if you think so.
I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Or do something. Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us?
Well, yes, somewhat.
That is good to know. It's only a shame that this legacy is nothing but a memory.
How about you start working for me?
Is this why you braved the restless souls of Durgan's battery? To recover the process of Durgan's steel?
Well, I kinda wanted to learn how Durgan's steel was made. Next, they form an indistinguishable host. You perceived him as a school of fish caught in a tide, a flurry of snowflakes on the wind. A pantry full of fragrant spices.
Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
Human.
At least you get to leave this place.
But it was good to be remembered, however briefly.
Speak to it. A collective essence takes shape. Much like Merwalds did. There are scores of them, all torn by conflicting purposes and trapped in the memory of their lost battle. You taste the bitterness of their uncertain existence and feel the persistent ache of centuries. It is a slow, agonizing fate, but you find it in your power to grant them another. I kinda want to bind them to the cannon so that they can actually defend what they think is most important. Honestly, considering how much trouble they gave me. And if this is technically speaking probably one of the places of God, so yeah. I guess that would at least give them a new view for a few centuries, and that's still gonna suck for them. Well, those flopping through the bricks, moving away from the White Forge, as if from burning, beating heart. The walls groan and creak at a sudden rush of energy. At last you feel them distantly, as they clot somewhere above you, on the exterior of the keep. They thrum with energy and purpose. White Forge is now available for use. You will find Durgan and iron ingots. Multiple iron ingots are required to create a single refined ingot. The refinement of ingots can be used at any time in enchanting recipes to open weapons, shields, armor with Durgan steel. Refined iron Durgan. I have refined iron. I have it now, and enchant, White Forge, Durgan refined steel. It takes me instead. Okay, so that is actually one extra. So if I find a weapon that I really want to use, and I think I will continue to use, I can enhance it with what little Durgan steel I have and go like, you get even better now.
I shall.
It also means that we probably will have to come back here at some point. Probably. Probably. And we got ourselves some nice guardians that will keep the fortress safe in our absence. Which actually serves my purpose in this case too, because I want to keep my monopole on the Durgan steel. That's gonna be my steel now.
By the time you stepped out of Durgan's battery and into the new snow outside, word had already spread of strange lights rising from the fortress and energy crackling in the sky. The survivors of Starward flocked to Durgan's battery, their steps hastened by the promise of peace and prosperity at last. They mended their walls, gathered their strength, and prepared their town for the new opportunities that were sure to come. And with the voices of Durgan's battery silent at last, none heard the distant groan of something stirring among the peaks, as massive and relentless as an avalanche.
You have completed Pillars of Eternity, The White March, Part 1. In the next chapter of the story rests an education outside of the White March.